So I think if we use the blue squares to cancel out the yellow T-shaped piece. There we go, we get a valid solution. Okay. So that opens up the door, which does lead us to one of these little hexagonal weird things. So we'll open up this. Excellent. And this is... We'll just remember this for that downstairs thingy. Okay. Let's check the lake to see if that clam has opened up. I'm going to bet you it has. Alright, that clam down there definitely looks open to me, so the clams indicate the location of the funky hexagonal paper things. Let's now plug it into the TV downstairs, and I wonder if it will further change? I don't know. We'll find out together here. Maybe like the clam blows up if it's completed. Because right now it's only kind of half completed. Where the hell was that downstairs TV area? Oh, hang on. That is a puzzle, if I ever saw one. How do I go about it? Especially seeing as it kind of feels like I need to be moving around it to complete it. Unless I can get it like fully aligned. Hang on. Can we... No, we can go to there. Now if I... Can I make those windows green on the interior here? Is that a thing that's possible? Where is this? Have we... What is this? What the heck is this? Okay. This is a sound puzzle, but we have no sound. The speakers broke. Where does this go? How have I not seen this? How are there still things in this game I haven't seen? This is crazy. What the hell? Anyway, let's not get caught up in the madness here. Is this the way down? This leads to the mine. We want to be down there, which is not down here. That leads back to the cave area, right? Which we haven't really done yet. There's... What is this? I've not seen this before either. What is this? Okay. This is the first time we've seen music in this game, which kind of makes me feel like there is almost urgency to this. That works. Okay. through here. Oh, yeah, there's a puzzle here. Okay. Onwards. Follow the wire. I think. Oh, there's a puzzle here. Oh, we can't do that one yet. I'm just enjoying this music, honestly. Is that a puzzle? That feels like that's a puzzle. Environmental one. Have I missed anything? That's definitely a puzzle, but I feel like I should be focusing on whatever these puzzles are. Oh, there's up here. Oh, I can't do that. Why I know can do that? Is that like counting? I don't know what that's doing. Oh, there's puzzles over here. I can't do any of those though either. Right now. Oh, there's one down here. Oh, this is doable. There we go. None of these are doable right now. That's still not doable up there. Oh, this one's doable now. Excellent. Oh, this is using some symmetry. Boom, boom. Boom. Okay. Okay, that's illuminated that guy. Okay, music's still going. Good. I don't know if the music is important, but it feels like there's some sense of urgency to this with the music on. Oh, there we go, over here. Oh, everything's indicating. The music's not even playing. I don't know what I'm singing right now. I just like it. Oh, this is music that may be copyrighted. Let's do... no, that's not going to work either. This works. Go up there. Dun, da, da. Hang on. Da, da, da. We can't cut it off at the end there. We're gonna have to go through there. We're gonna have to go down there. That's not gonna work for going anywhere else. Let's go up there. Then bum 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 bum. But then we can't cut off that, so that's no good. Let's go up there, but then we can't cut off that. We have to go up that way if we do that. Down there. But then we can't do both those ways. That's no good. The witness. It's full of wonderful gaming experience. I enjoy the team music too much to be able to do puzzles. I don't know what I'm doing right now at all. I'm gonna have to go up this way. Okay, we know that. Down that way, then we can't finish the other stuff. So we're gonna have to go up that way, and then we have to do that one, and then we just have to resolve this. Oh, the music is a time limit. Okay. We've got to do all that in a time limit, and well, goodness knows what else. At least these ones. These ones I don't seem to be able to do at all right now, but then presumably it's going to go on to God knows how many panels in here. Maybe in here too. It could be a lot. It could be an awful lot of panels that we have to solve in X amount of time. That's gonna be crazy when I next attempt that. I wonder if it's randomized every time too. Don't know. Let's find the right point at which we can do this here. Almost, almost. I can't quite see an end for this one. Unless I stand specifically... that's the point I'm going to have to find here, is where we can see the end for this puzzle. Oh, there we go. Oh, we've already done it. Yeah, we've already done that. Okay, never mind. My bad. Alright, that goes further back down into a cave, which we don't really want to go down into right now. Or... oh wait, this is a thing. Ta-da! I never even did that. Oh, that's... weirdly triangular, that one. Okay. Fair enough. I think this goes to... does it go to the pyramid? This might go to the pyramid. It does! That's the pyramid tunnel. Alright, cool. Glad we found that now. That's always exciting. So those are little shafts of light which point up. Interesting, interesting. So there is also an underside to this, which goes off in this direction, which we haven't been. Which leads to another area out this way. As well, which comes up out in the town, I'm assuming. Okay, this is the windmill. Gotcha, gotcha. So let's go back down here and continue on through this tunnel. Okay, this leads me back to here. Fantastic. This is where we wanted to be. Alright. So... we know of one which goes like that.
And so, by a backhanded, upside-down argument, was predicted that there is in carbon a level at 7.82 million volts, and then experiments in the laboratory with carbon show indeed that there is. And therefore, the existence in the world of all these other elements is very closely related to the fact that there is this particular level in carbon. But the position of this particular level in carbon seems to us, after knowing the physical laws, to be a very complicated accident of 12 complicated particles interacting. So I wish to illustrate by this example that an understanding of the physical laws doesn't give you an understanding in a sense of understanding significance of the world in any way. The details of real experience are very far often from the fundamental laws. There are, in a way of speaking in the world, we have a way of discussing the world which you could call, we discuss it at various hierarchies or levels. Now, I don't mean to be very precise, there's a level, there's another level, and another level, but I will indicate by describing a set of ideas to you, just one after the other, what I mean by hierarchies of ideas. For example, at one end, we have the fundamental laws of physics. Then we invent other terms for concepts which are approximate, who have, we believe, the ultimate explanation in terms of the fundamental laws. For instance, heat. Heat is supposed to be the jiggling, and it's just a word for a hot thing is just a word for a mass of atoms which are jiggling. For that, fundamentally, we should think of the atoms jiggling. But for a while, if we're talking about heat, we sometimes forget about the atoms jiggling. Just like when we talk about the glacier, we don't always think of the hexagonal ice snowflakes which originally fell. Another example of the same thing is a salt crystal. Looked at fundamentally, it's a lot of protons, neutrons, and electrons. But we have this concept, salt crystal, which carries a whole pattern already of fundamental interactions, or idea like pressure. Now, if we go higher up from this, in another level, we have properties of substances like refractive index, how light is bent when it goes through something, or surface tension, the fact that the water tends to pull itself together, is described by a number. I remind you that we have to go through several laws down to find out that it's the pull of the atoms and so on, but we still say surface tension, and don't worry when we're discussing surface tension of the inner workings always. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Go on, up in the hierarchy. With the water, we have the waves, and we have a thing like a storm. We have a word for storm, which represents an enormous mass of phenomena. Or sunspot, or star, which is an accumulation of things. And it's not worthwhile always to think of it way back. In fact, we can't, because the higher up we go, we have too many steps in between, each one of which is a little weak, and we haven't thought them all through yet. If we go up in this hierarchy of complexity, we get to things like frog, or nerve impulse, which you see is an enormously complicated thing in the physical world, involving an organization of matter in a very elaborate complexity. And then we go on, we come to things, words, and concepts like man, and history, or political expediency, and so forth, which is a series of concepts that we use to understand things at an ever higher level. And going on, we come to things like evil, and beauty, and hope. Now, which end is nearer to the ultimate creator, or the ultimate? So if I make a religious metaphor, which end is nearer to God? Beauty and hope, or the fundamental laws? I think that the right way, of course, is to say that the whole structural interconnections of the thing is the thing that we have to look at, and that the sequence of hierarchy, that all the sciences and all the efforts, not just the sciences, but all the efforts of intellectual kind, are to see the connections of the hierarchies is to connect beauty to history, is to connect history to man's psychology, the man's psychology to the working of the brain to the neural impulse to the chemistry, and so forth, up and down, both ways. And today we cannot, and there's no use making believe we can, draw carefully a line all the way from one end of this thing to the other. In fact, we've just begun to see that there is this relative hierarchy. And so I don't think either end is nearer to God's. And to stand at either end and to walk out off the end of the pier only, hoping out in that direction is the complete understanding, is a mistake. And to stand with evil and beauty and hope, or to stand with the fundamental laws, hoping that way to get a deep understanding of the whole world with that aspect alone, is a mistake. And it is not sensible either for the ones who specialize at one end and the ones who specialize at the other end to have such disregard for each other. They don't actually, but the people say they do. So. But that actually the great mass of workers in between, connecting one step to another, are improving all the time our understanding of the world, both from working at the ends and working in the middle. And in that way, we are gradually understanding this connection, this tremendous world of interconnecting hierarchies.
If you expected science to give all the answers to the wonderful questions about what we are, where we're going, what the meaning of the universe is, and so on, then I think you could easily become disillusioned and then look for some mystic answer to these problems. How a scientist can take a mystic answer, I don't know, because the whole spirit is to understand. Well, never mind that. I don't understand that. But anyhow, if you think of it, though, the way I think of what we're doing is we're exploring. We're trying to find out as much as we can about the world. People say to me, are you looking for the ultimate laws of physics? No, I'm not. I'm just looking to find out more about the world. And if it turns out there is a simple ultimate law that explains everything, so be it. That would be very nice to discover. If it turns out it's like an onion with millions of layers and we're just sick and tired of looking at the layers, then that's the way it is. But whatever way it comes out, its nature is there and she's going to come out the way she is. And therefore, when we go to investigate it, we shouldn't pre-decide what it is we're trying to do except to find out more about it. If you say, but your problem is, why do you find out more about it? If you thought that you were trying to find out more about it because you're going to get an answer to some deep philosophical question, you may be wrong. It may be that you can't get an answer to that particular question by finding out more about the character of nature. But I don't look at it. My interest in science is to simply find out about the world. And the more I find out, the better it is. I like to find out. There are very remarkable mysteries about the fact that we're able to do so many more things than apparently animals can do, and other questions like that. But those are mysteries I want to investigate without knowing the answer to them. And so altogether, I can't believe the special stories that have been made up about our relationship to the universe at large, because they seem to be too simple, too connected, too local, too provincial. The earth, he came to the earth. One of the aspects of God came to the earth, mind you. And look at what's out there. How can he? It isn't in proportion. Anyway, it's no use arguing. I can't argue it. I'm just trying to tell you why the scientific views that I have do have some effect on my beliefs. And also another thing has to do with the question of how do you find out if something's true? And if you have all these theories of the different religions, have all different theories about the thing, then you begin to wonder. Once you start doubting, just like you're supposed to doubt, you ask me, is the science true? We say, no, we don't know what's true. We're trying to find out. Everything is possibly wrong. Start out understanding religion by saying everything is possibly wrong. Let us see. As soon as you do that, you start sliding down an edge, which is hard to recover from. And so with the scientific view, or my father's view, that we should look to see what's true and what may not be true, once you start doubting, which I think to me is a very fundamental part of my soul, is to doubt and to ask. And when you doubt and ask, it gets a little harder to believe. You see, one thing is I can live with doubt and uncertainty and not knowing. I think it's much more interesting to live not knowing than to have answers which might be wrong. I have approximate answers and possible beliefs and different degrees of certainty about different things, but I'm not absolutely sure of anything. And there are many things I don't know anything about, such as whether it means anything to ask why we're here. and what the question might mean. I might think about it a little bit. If I can't figure it out, then I go to something else. But I don't have to know an answer. I don't feel frightened by not knowing things, by being lost in the mysterious universe without having any purpose, which is the way it really is as far as I can tell, possibly. It doesn't frighten me.